ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, except for actual children, because this game is kind of messed up for that. This entire series is. Anyway, I am back. All right, let's get going through, see what's up in Junktown.
Where the hell have I landed?
Are you lost, stranger?
No, I have a photographic sense of direction and always know exactly where I am. It's just the when has been a little confusing lately.
When doesn't mean a thing round here. You're in interim time, a space alongside the past, present,
And future, I know.
I was gonna say perishable food. We don't have anything like a future here. Rumor has it there used to be one. The portal building authorities are digging around looking for it in the foundations of interim time. But if you ask me, it's just newfangled nonsense.
No future.
2 other newcomers passed by here earlier. They asked about the future too. Friends of yours, perhaps?
Impossible. They were just with me.
Maybe out there. Here in interim time, the clocks tick a little different.
I see they have a few more hands, too.
Well, welcome to Paradox City. My name's Ouma Chronicle. If you've got any questions, I'll be happy to help you,
Rufus. And actually, I do have a couple. Rocco What the hell did you say?
Take me down to the Paradox City.
Are you Rocco Chronicle? The father of Dean Angus Chronicle Sr.? And therefore our Chronicle's grandfather?
You must have confused me with someone else. I don't have a son, and if I did, I'm sure he wouldn't have become a dean. After all, I'm running a family business here.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it. The last thing I need now is to accidentally prevent Chronicle's birth. You've seen my friends?
A sexy chick accompanied by a clever, handsome guy?
Not really. We were separated.
Well, 2 strangers certainly passed by earlier on. They met the old hermit. It looked as though they knew each other. They headed off to her farm, turn left at the town hall, and then continue up that way.
All right.
Where the hell am I?
You're in Paradox City, the city between times.
Aren't we always between times?
Excuse me?
You know, present and future.
Yes, I suppose, although here we're not so much between the future. That doesn't exist here.
Alrighty.
What does that mean, you have no future?
That's what I said. If that's what you're interested in, then ask the people at the portal building authorities. They're always talking about the future, and they're trying to dig one up from the junk beneath the city. Absolute madmen, if you ask me. We've never had a future here, and we've managed quite happily without it so far, thank you very much.
Hey, that's the time pod.
That there, that's been there since before I arrived. My father was going to repair it. That's why he founded the garage. Apparently it stopped being so important at some point. Like everything here.
Alrighty.
I urgently need to get to Kuvak.
Doesn't ring any bells. Is it beyond interim time?
Of course.
Then you'd better be off asking the guys from the portal building authorities. They map the portals and know where each one leads.
Ugh, excuse me, I yawned it again.
Ah, you obviously cannot help me.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Okay. Ooh, what's over here?
Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Howdy, Rufus.
You wouldn't believe who I met in the city.
My granddad. I know. He didn't recognize me.
No wonder. To him, you're not even born yet.
I guess I never will be. Even the slightest interventions change the timeline. In all probability, we prevented the birth of my father already.
Hogwash. I've seen everything possible and impossible in the last while, but nothing even remotely resembling a timeline. The whole thing is more like a fuzzy, knotted time scheme than anything else.
It's okay, Rufus. I'm doing just fine. Isn't it incredibly interesting here?
Yeah, very picturesque. But we have to get a move on. Don't you remember? Where's Gold?
In the farmhouse. But there's no reason to hurry. Here in interim time.
The clocks run differently. I already know. Still, no reason to take our foot off the gas. One of these portals must lead to Kuvak. We used it earlier ourselves.
Yeah, it's that one there.
That one? I actually expected a few mind-bending puzzles first. But, so much the better. Wait here. I'll go get Gold.
Don't jinx
and then we
it,
can
idiot.
go get our future back.
Just go
Now
through
I
the
just
damn
have
portal.
to pick up Gold, and then that time loop cranking so-and-so is gonna have an out-of-body experience. Whoa, Butterfingers at work.
You know, just go through the damn portal. You know something's gonna happen because they won't let me.
Hey, Gold, No time for coffee. Time to move. Wait a second. Am I
Goal
counting
and
right?
grandma goal.
Your goal? I mean, your goal too.
And you are almost as perceptive as when I left you, Rufus. Savior of the world, suicidal time traveler.
You forgot butt model. But how can that be? What are you doing here? Which goal are you?
She's the goal that you rescued from the future.
The one that stole the time
and
machine.
in return, she left me and Mac on Elysium, stole the time machine, and whoosh! That was the thanks we got.
I've not got such a talent for dramatic endings as you.
And you didn't get far either.
Yes. Perhaps I was a bit too quick off the mark there. When I arrived in interim time, there was no future anymore. The tunnel had simply come to an end, and the autopilot was steering me directly at it. I had to crash land and was stranded. For us, only a few hours have passed. For her, it's been a lifetime.
Why didn't you use one of the portals?
The portals only opened much later. At first, they were all out of reach. Then the Deponians started to throw their trash into interim time. The time travelers also started arriving from all sorts of pasts. Most were stranded here like me. We built Paradox City from the trash. We tried to reach the portals, but none of them led to the right time. Then, when the first children were born, we realized that we had built ourselves a new home.
But now I'm here. So come on,
Rumble, of course. Earthquakes. Timequakes.
What was that?
Pancakes.
An earthquake?
We've only had one of those once before. The time when the portals opened.
Yeah, never a dull moment around here. Don't run off. I'm gonna go have a look.
And they're all gone. I told you.
Oh, come on. Where's the portal to Kuvak? And the others? All gone.
I think I have an explanation. When the tachyons poured into the open portal unchecked just now in the lab, we didn't only open the one portal, but also all the surrounding ones
flaming
too.
flippin'
Portals
told you.
leading to completely different places in time. As time passes much faster in here, they were open for years. A whole city was built whilst you fetched gold from the university. Shortly after you stepped through the portal, the anomaly closed behind you. In the lab, this was a blink of the eye. Here, countless minutes.
You mean this city only exists because we opened the portal earlier?
Really makes you think, eh?
Yeah, like for example, how do we get out of here now that the portals are closed?
I was thinking more of the moral implications. Well, what will happen to the people here if we restore the old timeline? Are we even allowed to do that?
I can't see any signs.
I noticed that too. We should get it looked at.
Your granddad won't let me through to the time pod.
Sounds like him. I was never allowed to borrow his car either.
Any ideas on how to distract him?
With a good book, perhaps?
A book. We want to break into his workshop, not celebrate his birthday.
Which probably eliminates the necktie option too.
Amazingly, there was still a bit of antidote left.
You girls having a good talk?
I'm just telling Goal about your stamp cannon.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have used so much cheese.
Sculpture.
What is this supposed to represent?
That is the unfinished point.
Oh, it's supposed to look unfinished. And here I thought it just wasn't finished.
Oh, I'd better have another go at that then.
Can I take that?
No, it's not finished yet.
I could finish it.
And just how are you going to finish it?
I can finish anything.
You're going to finish me off one of these days. Are you finished yet? Yes.
No,
Oh, we'll just take it then.
I will.
On your marks, go.
Yoink.
And finish.
Okay, what just happened here?
Stuff.
What's that doing here?
I was going to use that for my last
Oh, and
beat
and
of
things.
the drum
Can't forget the
sculpture.
things.
I've been waiting for
Stuff and
weeks for the
things.
battery to run out, but it just keeps going and going and going.
Goal's hair may have lost its color, but it still smells like marshmallow candies.
Ew. Hair sniffer. creepy ass Rufus hair sniffer. Nothing to do this way. Excuse me, and Rufus has no interest in fresh vegetables. Or very bizarre vegetables, like eggplants with holes in them. Alright. Can't go that door. Ooh, a way to go. Hello. Hi.
Hey there!
Do not distract me. I've got to stay alert. Or do you have some kind of death wish that involves being ripped to shreds by a pack of Fulocks?
You have a Fulock problem here?
What does it look like to you, huh?
Hysterical overreaction? Don't you think you're taking this thing a little too seriously? After all, the portals are closed, and no sign of any Fulocks.
Just because you can't see any Fulocks doesn't mean they can't see you.
What are those trash cans for?
Excuse me.
That's where we keep the seeds so they don't go bad, and so the wombats can't get at them. Most critters are getting worse by the day, almost as bad as the Fulocks. I catch them meddling with the bins all the time. That's why I always keep my eyes on both sides. My wife says I've started to squint. It's a good job it's so quiet on the Fulock front. We're not equipped for a war on two fronts.
I might need some seeds.
What are those trash cans for?
Oh, come on, you're just
I
repeating it
can't,
all.
that's why my wife... We're not...
Man. What's this lever do? Probably opens the drawbridge or closes it.
Don't you dare! Or do you have some kind of death wish that involves being ripped
Blah,
to
blah,
shreds?
blah,
Well,
blah,
I thought
blah.
nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Don't
He's
think,
just repeating
soldier.
himself.
It's war out here. And in war, there were
Don't
only
think.
losers.
I created them from a rib, and now I need the rib back.
You didn't create them from a rib. There were no ribs involved. You pushed buttons on a cloning machine. Oh, I already got it when I was fiddling with what to do next. Play ahead before recording. For those of you who do play this, there is no option to look at or click this, but if you click it a few times, there's a play it again Rufus achievement. Hey there, Rita.
We're
How
out
do I know
of
her name?
Fulok soup. We've got toast and milk. And I'm also available on the cheap. My name's Rita. Are you single?
No. Yes. It's complicated.
Don't waste my time. I'm almost 40 and I'm a waitress in the city with no future. Do you really think I'm interested in listening to you moaning on?
Well, you asked. I just wanted to...
Tick tock, tick tock. Do you hear that? That's my biological clock. Order something, propose to me, or move over for the next in line.
Tick tock, you hear that? It's me not caring.
Busy here. Anything free today?
Yeah, a tip for your girlfriend. As long as she hasn't got a ring on her finger, she shouldn't let her man walk around the city on his own.
No, I meant the food.
Why didn't you say so? We're out of Fulok soup. We've got toast and milk. Any other questions?
One order of toast and milk, please.
Got any money?
Nope.
Then your girlfriend must be blind.
The portals are closed.
Ah!
Thought so. Classic case of last-minute panic. Do you have a time machine?
Do you think I'd look like this if I had one? Time machines have become quite rare. Maverick has an instant change, but he'd rather run over his grandfather than take someone else on board. And then there's Vince, but he can only offer deterministic time travel. Firstly, that's boring, and secondly, Vince smells of prunes. Otherwise, I only know of the old time pod in Rocco's garage. No idea if that still works. So, if you need passage, just forget it. We're all stranded here. The best thing you can do is get married as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think you're a bit fixated.
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
I hear that quite often. I really should unsubscribe from that dating platform.
Booga booga, caveman.
That time traveler apparently comes from a completely different ethnic background. This is where my respect for foreign cultures and my diplomatic tact come into play.
Ooga, ooga. Good day, sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure. May I introduce myself? My name is Ang.
Hello. You understand what I say?
But of course, communication is one of the most important attributes for the profession in which I work. I'm a trader. and it would be a true conviviality to engage in business with you. I vend in medicinal herbs for a healthy intestinal flora, in exchange for vintage art from the Neolithic period.
I give stone. You give fart mash.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
I have stone.
Rufus, bring stone.
Interesting. The material used to create this sculptural opus magnum is clearly basalt from the Germian Fatstone Mountains. I can make out deposits of obsidian, and even inclusions of chrysoberyl. My respect for the fine arts unfortunately forbids me from exploiting this aesthetic ornament purely for the purposes of my base commercial ambitions. That would be barbarity.
Okay.
Do you own one of the time machines out there?
How's it
But
going?
of course, my young friend. I call it the TARDIS.
Cheap joke.
Why is everyone laughing?
Because they have no idea. The TARDIS is a jewel in the crown of time travel technology.
He said jewel.
Mr. Vincent is neglecting to tell you that his antediluvian vehicle cannot undertake genuine time travel, only deterministic time travel.
You can't change the past with it. You're stuck there until you've recreated the condition of the timeline at the point of departure.
Oh.
Don't listen to them. A trip in the TARDIS is always worth it. If you like, I can take you on a little spin. All I need is a portal map with precise space-time coordinates on it. Just ask the lads at the portal building authorities.
So it lets you go back and view, but you can't mess with anything.
Is that your ride out there?
Why? Have I blocked you in?
No, don't worry.
Shit. So why are you asking?
Well, you left the lights on. If you give me the key, then...
Nice try. Not only does the instant change coupe make time travel possible without that bothersome time branching, it also has the automatically adjusting headlights since the 5 series.
That's a nice device. No two ways about it.
Every time traveler's dream. For a long time, I thought I'd never be able to afford more than the 2 series, the so-called buttered shirt, but I was ambitious. I wanted the 5 series more than anything else. I've slogged and slaved, shed blood, sweat, and tears, scrimped and saved again. And now that I've got there, the only thing that still gives me any joy is pushing around other people who don't slave away as hard as I did back then. For example, my former self, that lazy slacker. He should have served me a bowl of delicious Fulog soup ages ago. But do you see any delicious Fulog soup around here, huh? I don't. If he doesn't start moving my ass soon, I could be due a real ass chewing.
But if you get yourself fired, then you'll never... I don't need to explain this crap to you.
What a wuss. Boo! Ah!
Oh no! The Fulux soup! I'm gonna get fired for sure. My whole future depends on this job.
I thought there was no future here.
There is for me. My future self is sitting over there in the corner. He says that if I don't try a lot harder, I'll never be as successful as, well, me. He said I've got to save, work hard, and sign up to a pension plan. Otherwise, I'll never drive a sleek Instant Change 5. And then, well, it would all be for nothing.
Why don't you just make a new suit?
I can't. We've run out of Fulok ribs. Oh, man. What a disaster.
Wouldn't any bones do for soup? Oh well. Peanuts!
Peanuts. Tasty.
Yay, peanuts!
What? You've eaten my meat!
What? But, oh no. I thought you were Peanuts.
Don't worry.
Mikey was an ass anyway.
And we
Chicka chicka
are
what?
peanuts.
Sapient peanuts from another time.
Delicious and clever.
You have a tiny little
What do you
time
know?
machine?
Can I maybe take you along anyway? The way things are going here, I'll probably have to make you into peanut butter.
No, to be honest with you, we wouldn't like that.
Let him speak. Maybe he's got a good reason.
Yes, I might have a good reason.
Peanut butter? Oh yeah, true. He hasn't given us one yet.
Yeah, why does he want to do that?
Well, no point
You're
in talking
right.
to him about
Just
it now.
forget I said anything.
No probs, matey. No offense.
Come back again once you've thought of a valid reason, you pillock.
You great pillock. Alrighty, is there anything else I need to do here? Oh wait, I gotta talk to this guy. It's the same time toilet traveler, just with the opposite problem.
Occupied.
You plan on being done in the crapper anytime soon?
Don't rush me. I suffer from severe temporal constipation.
Temporal constipation? Not perhaps temporal diarrhea?
No, I'm over that. But how the crap?
Surprise, surprise, huh? I recognize your voice. You're the time crapper. The temporal toilet tourist, who apparently has made it his mission to clog every toilet in the entire multiverse.
End time person? Is that you? But I've only just met you.
Yeah, that's how time
gave
travel
me
works.
this wonderful toilet paper.
The money from Cletus's suitcase. I remember. But that was my other adventure, a version of the future which no longer exists, as if a huge plug were clogging everything up.
Oh, tell me about it. Oh, everything was flowing just fine. Now it's come to a standstill.
Exactly, but I'll get things back up and running.
Oh, that would be great.
All right.
It's obvious that he doesn't have a clue about the future. Otherwise, he would definitely wear something else. Yoo-hoo! I have a question.
Keep it short, I've got work to do. We're about to make the breakthrough into the future. I can already smell it.
Sorry, it's the excitement. I have to get to Kuvak one day before the end of time.
Wait, Kuvak. Unlucky and unlucky. We do have a portal to Kuvak, but that's on the old Hermit's land, so it's not connected to the time travel superhighway yet. We've been fighting for that right of way for ages.
That isn't the problem. The problem is that the portals have closed back up again.
No, it's not a problem, it's an opportunity. It's proof once more of how important the connection between Paradox City and the future is. I can already see the campaign. The only way back leads forwards. Or better still, back through the future.
But that's all just drivel. The reason for the lack of a future lies in the past.
Utter hogwash. Today was yesterday. The future belongs to those who have the courage to look forward.
Oh, you have no idea. What exactly are you doing here?
We suspect there may be a so-called future in sediment beneath the city. That's why we started to hollow out its foundations.
Aren't you worried that that could make the city somehow, I don't know, slide maybe?
The chances always offset the risks. The unimaginative rednecks up there have no idea what a rough diamond they have right under their feet. They see no further than the base that guarantees their apartments stay standing. I see street cafes, Martin, office spaces, and affordable lofts for fashionable high-income earners.
Such as architects working for the portal building authorities, for example?
Exactly.
All right.
Now, I still don't understand exactly what that hole there is supposed to have to do with the future.
But it's so very simple. We want to attract a solvent clientele. Time travelers who are literally not born yesterday. A portal to the future who would put a Paradox City back on the map. The saying goes, continuous growth through development in interim time. And we're creating the attractions for that.
You spit when you talk.
Just didn't hear a word.
Any progress?
How could there possibly be any when I keep getting interrupted by such trivialities?
Well, I thought progress couldn't be stopped.
Hey, that's my bit.
I'll let you get on with your work.
Finally! I was afraid I'd miss out on the future, all because of you.
Well, if this leads to the future, maybe this sculpture will get finished
The
in the
world
future.
isn't ready for this art yet, but I'm sure they'll appreciate it in the future.
Donk.
It is finished, sort of.
Hey, buddy.
What are you reading?
Hey, this is the future issue of Hats.
What else? And are helmets making a comeback?
Oh, sadly not. In the future, all manual work will be performed by machines.
That would be great. Then no one would have to work.
Why do you think I work so hard? Certainly not for the money. This job is so badly paid that I need a second one to make ends meet.
And what's your second job?
I write fake reviews for an ad finance rating portal that compares free comparison sites for buying building machinery.
Huh. If only we finally had machines that could relieve us of all these important tasks.
Unless that drill is very, very long, and then it's just at the top not doing anything.
That's, the hats, right?
I already told you it is.
Can I have it?
No, I need it for research purposes. In this highly technological working environment, further education is an integral part of everyday work and life.
You could take a break.
Ah, my lunch break is well overdue. Unfortunately, I can't leave the machine on its own.
Yes, it seems to me that your presence is downright imperative.
I tell you what, you can have the magazine if you bring me a peanut butter sandwich.
A peanut butter sandwich, huh? No problem.
Peanut butter sandwich. A la peanut butter sandwiches. Alright.
They seem to have a serious fuel lock problem here, but it's still too early for any conjectures about guilt.
Oh, that's not what I expected.
No, fuel lock alarm.
Oh, again? Oh, that means we'll have to take another compulsory break.
No, it doesn't mean that. One can't keep the future waiting.
Why? Has he got somewhere to go?
Alright.
Strange. I can't see anything.
I forgot to pick this up, and I may have screwed this up. But if I can get back in time, all good. There we go, the battery-operated penguin. I mean, platypus. Literally at the last second.
Hey, wait a minute. I know that sound. There were wombats in the bins again. Strange. I can't see anything. Something to shoot
Few
at.
lock ribs.
Strange.
Yeehaw!
Can't see anything. Come on now, show yourself.
Give me something to shoot at.
I can only
Where
take
are
one,
you,
I
you
can't
little
take
beast?
the other. Alright, fine.
Give me something to shoot
There's
at.
literally nowhere else to go
Where
and
are
nothing
you,
to
you
see
little
over here.
beasts? Where are you, you little beasts?
There we go. Leave no traces. Alrighty. Boom. Here you go, dude. I got you your fuel lock ribs.
Ta-da!
Fuel lock ribs! Now, where did you get them?
What do you think? I ripped them off a fuel lock.
I don't know how I can ever thank you enough. But if it's not asking too much, could you take the soup to my future self?
Sure, why not?
But careful. I think he's looking for a reason to get me fired.
Is he now? Alright, fine.
Fuel lock soup. Finally.
Manners, dude.
Darn. That was actually quite all right.
Am I hearing disappointment?
Yes. Of life. I've grafted away all my youth to be able to afford an instant change 5. Now I'm old. Making other people's lives hell is the only joy I have left. And now, I can't even manage that anymore.
Ah, don't be so hard on yourself. You can do it.
Be a good little boy and bring me some seconds. Maybe then I'll find the hair in my soup that will give me an excuse to fire someone.
That's the spirit.
Come on, you stupid old crank. Don't you have somewhere else to be? Like, I don't know, maybe sitting in the balcony at the Muppet Theater?
And? What did he say about the soup?
Looks like he enjoyed it. He wants another one.
Really? Oh boy! Maybe I haven't screwed up my future after all. Here. Fortunately, we've now got loads of this stuff.
Everyone knows there's no arguing over taste, but this doesn't have much to do with taste in the first place.
What if there's a hair in it?
Waiter, there's a hair in my Fulock soup. Then be glad you didn't order the Fukaka soup.
Here you go, buddy. Now you can get yourself fired and screw up your past.
Finally! I was about to get my former self fired. What? Wait a minute. What the hell is this? There's a hair in my soup! I want to see the manager in me!
What? How did you get here so quickly?
Oh, you're obviously experiencing a side effect of my new Instant Change 2. It uses a time travel technique that doesn't create any new timelines. All changes become immediately visible.
Didn't you just want to save up for Series 5?
Yes, but then my future self came along, completely broke. So, I bought the 2 series off him. It's quite practical, as long as you don't take pregnant women on board. And now that I don't need to save anymore, I quit immediately. My future self was probably more in need of a job anyway.
And what are you gonna live on?
I'll break into my pension plan, and then, well, we'll see. The future suddenly looks bright again.
Well, no, your future is right over there, dummy.
So, that's your Instant Change 2 out there?
Yes? Why?
Well, you left the lights on.
Ugh, really? It's probably a problem with the electrics again. Damn butter churn. Ah, why oh why didn't I save up for the 5 series?
Nobody knows.
Here, could you turn it off for me?
Sure, happy to help.
Man, this guy's a sucker. Keys.
Rufus, bring stone.
Interesting. Basalt
Okay, you
from
already said all
Iconica.
this stuff.
I have at least 2 clients who would pay a great deal of money for such a rock.
I give stone. You give fart mash.
Quite right. Quid pro quo.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please, by all means, like, comment, or subscribe. Or not, I'm not the boss of you. Good night.